Hi, we're here to study OFI, starting from the charts, technical analysis. This is the all history chart. We have here in 2002 the IPO of the company at about $3, and then it came off to about half a dollar, and now close to a new all-time high at $6.40 or something like that. Let's check the short-term charts. The stock just crossed above this 610 short-term resistance level, and now we have this top here at 705. Also another important over the short-term resistance level. The 50 days simple moving average is coming up here at about 510. And the trend is obviously bullish, quite bullish indeed. Technical overview. OFI is near its all-time high at 705, so no doubt the trend is bullish. The short-term trend is also positive. Fundamental analysis. This is the share count. You can see there was this increase here. That was when the IPO happened, and since then it has remained very, very stable, so no dilution, which is great. And market cap rose from about 8 million in 03 to 99 million now. It has been rising at a 65% average annual pace since 2003. It was 8 million here, 99 million now. Amazing, really. This is the balance sheet analysis. You can see, let me just put this a bit higher. Okay. Long-term debt. Well, the company has a lot of debt, 37 million in long-term debt, but it is improving this, and the current ratio is at 1.14, which is low, but the best we've had on OFI, so not so bad. And for revenues, let me put this a bit higher. As for revenues, well, revenues were quite stable. There wasn't any growth, but for 07 we're expecting a growth to $213 million and 235 million in 08. Perhaps these estimates are a bit conservative, but that tells me average annual revenue growth has been at about 8%, and the industry average is also 8%. Gross margins for OFI stands at 15%, and the industry average is more than double that at 32%. Probably that explains why OFI is trading at 0.46 price to sales ratio, and the industry average is 1.05 price to sales multiple. But it looks undervalued, a bit undervalued considering this price to sales ratio OFI. Moving on. Here we have the earnings per share historical. The company had these losses here in 03. Curiously, it was a good time to buy the stock. And now analysts are expecting 47 cents for fiscal 07 and 60 cents for fiscal 08. So net profit margin for 07 is expected, for 08, fiscal 08, 3.9%. And the price to earnings ratio here, I'm considering 07 numbers, estimates 13.8, and the industry average is 24. So the fundamental overview: no dilution over the years. Balance sheet is somewhat weak, but the best it has ever been. Reducing debt will increase the company's profitability, of course. Revenues are growing 8% a year, the same as the industry. The company should have a similar to the industry average revenue and sales multiple. So probably OFI is 50% undervalued, and it should double to get to the industry average, And as for long-term estimates, I consider OFI will grow revenues at a 8% average annual rate for the next 10 years. This is the trend. And we'll have a 4% net profit margin. Given this, in 2017, OFI will have revenues of 460 million and net income of 18.4 million. Apply an average 16 times earnings multiple and get a 294 million market cap, and that means about 19.24 price per share. This implies an average annual rate of increase for the share price of 11.5%. I'm looking at least 16% or more. So OFI, it looks like it is undervalued, but over the long term, I don't see it outperforming the general market all that much, because let me see what I have here. General overview for OFI. OFI is undervalued when compared to its industry peers because it is trading at roughly half of the industry's price to sales ratio and price to earnings ratio. But when considering long-term estimates, being in the low margin, slow growth food business, I get just 11.5% annual return, and I look for at least 16%. So my rating on a 1 to 10 scale is 7. Thank you.